वेलकम डियर स्टूडेंट्स इन द ऑनलाइन वीडियो क्लास ऑफ माध्यमिक शिक्षा विभाग उत्तर प्रदेश. आई एम राजू यादव, lecturer in English at BNT Inter College, Meza Road, Prayagraj. Dear children, today we are going to study the first poem, A Photograph, composed by Shirley Tolson. Now about the poet. The poem A Photograph has been composed by Shirley Tolson. Dear children, you can see the photograph of the poetess. She was born on 20th May 1924 in Henley-on-Thames, England. She had a great passion for writing and was greatly influenced by her father, who was a writer too. She secured a BA on literature from Brockenhurst College, London in the year 1953. Shortly, she took writing as a career, but also served as the editor for many magazines in meantime. She married Ellen Brownjohn on 6 February 1960, but after 9 years, they divorced on March 1969. Purpose of the poem. Number 1, poems are included to heighten the students' sensibility to literary writing and to appreciate rhythm and sound pattern in language. Number 2, to enhance the capacity of students to infer the meaning of stanzas of the poem. Now about the poem. The poem A Photograph is a tribute to the poetess's mother. In this poem, the poetess describes how deeply she feels the loss of her mother, who is now no more. She has been dead for more than 12 years. The poetess recalls how her mother used to look at a photograph and remembered her own childhood days. The photograph was clicked by her uncle when she had gone for a sea holiday with her two cousins, Betty and Dolly. A brief summary of the poem. In the opening lines of the poem, the poetess is looking at an old photograph of her mother, which has a frame of cardboard. The picture has 3 girls, in which the middle one is the eldest. She is her mother. At that time, she was 12 years old or so. Beside her, on both sides, there are her two cousins, Betty and Dolly, who are holding her hand. They went for walking on a sea holiday. Her uncle took the photograph. Then the poetess looked at her mother's sweet face. The sea touched her terribly transient feet, which depicted that her mother changed over the years, but the sea remained the same. After 20-30 years later, her mother would laugh at the photograph. She would make the poetess look at the photograph and tell her how their parents would dress them for the beach holiday. The beach holiday was her mother's favorite past memory, while her laughter was the poetess's favorite memory. Both of them lost something which they cherished a lot, and it cannot live those moments again. Those sweet memories are memories now. Now the poetess's mother has been dead for the past 12 years. She cannot express the grief that she has from her mother's absence. Now, dear children, I will recite the poem. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and see the big girl, some 12 years or so. All there stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera, a sweet face. my mother's that was before I was born, and the sea which appears to have changed less washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter, both wry with the labored ease of loss. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silence silences. Dear children, this is the poem. Now we have to explain it. Please look at the board carefully. The cardboard shows me how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling. These are the opening lines of the poem. Here, looking at an old photograph which is framed into a cardboard, the poetess says that once in her childhood, her mother went for a sea walk. She was not alone. She was accompanied by her two cousins named Betty and Dolly. When the two cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and when three of them were walking in the water of the sea, they were holding the hands of each other. And see the big girl, some 12 years or so. The big girl here denotes the poetess mother. She was eldest among them. The other two girls, the cousins of the poetess mother, were younger than the poetess mother. All three stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera. So at that time, the age of poetess's mother was 12 years. They were enjoying in the sea water. Her uncle asked them to pose for a photograph. Then poetess mother and her cousins stood silently smiling, and her uncle clicked the photograph. All they stood still to smile through their hair at the uncle with the camera, and at that time when uncle had clicked the photograph, their hair were flowing over their faces, and it was due to maybe the weather had been windy. A sweet face, my mother's that was before I was born. In the photograph, the face of the poetess mother was very attractive. It was looking very beautiful, because it was the time when the poetess was not born. A sweet face, my mother that was before I was born, and the sea which appears to have changed less washed their terribly transient feet. Here, in the last two lines of the first stanza, the poetess had compared human beings with the nature. With the passage of time, poetess mother became old, but the sea which has washed their feet in their childhood does not change. It is the same. It has not changed. So this is what the poetess is making a comparison and making a contrast between these two things. On the one hand, human beings are subject to change. They change with the passage of time. They became old. But on the other hand, natural phenomena like the sea, it has not changed. It is the same. Now the second stanza, some 20-30 years later, she would laugh at the snapshot. See Betty and Dolly, she would say, and look how they dressed us for the beach. In the second stanza, poetess says that after passing 20-30 years, whenever her mother would look at the photograph of her childhood, she began to smile. She became nostalgic and she used to say, "Look how they dressed us for the beach." She would say to the poetess that her parents used to dress her up for such lovely occasions like going for a sea walk. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter. The sea holiday was the past of the poetess mother. And what was the past of the poetess? It is her mother's laughter. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. Wry is a sad smile. Both wry with the labored ease of loss. It means that the time which has passed, the childhood which has passed, now it will not come back. And the smile of the poetess mother, it will also not come back. So this is a matter of sadness that the past events will not come back. But it is also a matter of happiness that the poetess mother had lived such lovely moments in her past days. And so with the poetess, that she had seen the lovely smile of her mother. Now she has been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived, and of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. Its silences. This is the last stanza, and these are the concluding lines of the poem. Here the poetess has described the death of her mother. She says that her mother has died as many years as that girl lived. Means in the first stanza, the poetess has told that when her uncle has clicked the photograph of her mother and her cousins, her mother was 12 years age. So now 12 years has passed since poetess mother has died. This is she wants to say. And of this circumstance there is nothing to say at all. So the death of poetess mother had silenced everything. So the poetess is not in position to speak anything. She is very sad. She is recalling her mother. She is, you can say that she is going to fall in the memory of her mother. And that's why she says its silences. Means that the atmosphere is very silent, is very sadful after the death of the poetess mother. So now the poetess is not in position to speak anything. The death of the poetess mother has silenced everything. Dear children, so this is the explanation. Now, dear students, you have seen that the whole poem has been divided into 3 stanzas. The first stanza depicts her mother's childhood days when she was 12 years old or so. It talks about a photograph of her with her 2 cousins on a beach holiday. Her uncle took the photograph while they were walking on the sea water. Her mother changed over the years as she grew older, while the sea which touched their feet in that beach holiday hadn't changed over the years. In the second stanza, the poetess talks about her childhood days when her mother used to look at the photograph and recalls her early days. In the last stanza, the poetess shares that her mother is dead as many years ago as was her age in the photograph. She died 12 years ago. The poetess is recalling her mother's old memories while looking at the photograph. She is in the pain and misses her deceased mother. She has no word to describe her grief. Now, dear children, one explanation I have done for your facility. Here please, you look at the board. This is the first stanza of the poem. The cardboard shows ... transient feet. Reference: these lines have been taken from the poem A Photograph composed by Shirley Tolson. Context: in these lines, the poetess is looking at an old picture of her mother which is fitted in a cardboard. Here, she describes how the photograph was taken and compares the human life with nature. Explanation: the poetess looks at an old photograph of her mother. She says that in the picture there are three girls who are walking on the sea beach holding each other's hands. The girl in the middle is the eldest among them. The other two girls on each side are younger than her. The girls in the middle is the poetess' mother. She was around 12 years old when the picture was taken. The poetess further describes that her mother's uncle took the photograph. He told them to stop and pose. Then all three of them left their bed hair open and smiled at the camera. The poetess further says that the photograph was taken long before she was born. She calls their feet terribly transient as they were so young by then, and now they had grown older. On the other hand, the sea which touched their feet in the childhood days has not changed over the years. Here, the sea symbolizes eternity and immortality, while human beings have a lifespan and they are subject to death. Literary devices. Dear students, we can see two kinds of figure of speech in the poem. Number one, alliteration, and number two, oxymoron. In the first stanza, you can see alliteration. What is alliteration? You have to first understand. The use of the same letters or sound at the beginning of words that are close together. So this is the definition of alliteration. Now again you see, in the first stanza you can see alliteration. In my mother's hands stood still and terribly transient. In these words you can see the figure of speech alliteration. And in the second stanza there is oxymoron. Now what is oxymoron? First you have to understand it. When two opposite ideas are put together to define the same thing, this is called oxymoron. Now you see again, in the second stanza there is oxymoron in the words in labored ease of loss. This is very important. Labored ease of loss. Here in this very line, oxymoron figure of speech has been used. Why it has been used? Here I have told you that two opposite ideas, on the one hand labored, on the second is, labored is of loss. Now the central idea of the poem A Photograph. The poem A Photograph compares the eternal state of nature with the momentary state of humans. In the poem, the poetess describes a photograph of her mother's childhood. The picture was clicked by her uncle when she had gone for a sea holiday with her two cousins, Betty and Dolly. The poetess also contrasts between nature altering at the pace of a snail and the fast changing human life. She remembers how her mother laughed at the photograph and felt disappointed at the loss of her childhood days. As the sea holidays was her mother's past, her mother's laughter is the poetess's past. Now when she is no more, it brings great pain and a dire sense of loss for her. Moreover, the painful silence of the situation leaves her without words. Questions based on the poem. Dear children, Now the first question, the three stanzas depict three different phases. What are they? Number one, in the first stanza, there is a depiction of the girlhood of the poetess's mother, the period before the birth of the poetess. Number two, the second stanza details her middle age, the period during the childhood of the poetess. Number three, in the last stanza, there is a picture of the period after the death of the poetess's mother. Next, question number 2. What does the word cardboard denote in this poem? Why has this word been used? Answer. In the poem, the word cardboard means a frame which supports the photograph. This word has been used in the poem because the picture is very old when the cardboard was used as a photo frame. Number 3. What has the camera captured? The camera has captured the three girls, the poetess's mother and her two cousins, Betty and Dolly, in their swimming dresses with the poetess's mother in the middle and the two cousins on either side holding her hands and walking in seawater. Now the fourth, the poetess's mother laughed at the snapshot. What did this laugh indicate? The poetess's mother laughed at the snapshot, recalling her favorite past memories. She looked back at the photograph and remembered how their parents would dress them for the beach holiday. Her laugh indicated her remembering the innocent days and the nostalgia feeling. Behind the laugh is also a feeling of pain that those days won't be back. The fifth question, what has not changed over the years? Does this suggest something to you? Answer, the sea has not changed over the years. Its waves are as fresh, shining and tireless as they were years ago. However, human face changes with advancing age. So, this was the fifth question. Now, homework. Dear children, now the poem is over. You have seen about the poet, about the poem, summary of the poem and central idea of the poem as well as the explanation. After question answers, here is a homework for you. Number 1, explain the following stanzas with reference to context. A, some 20-30 ... labored is of loss. And number 2, now she has been dead ... silence. These two stanzas have to be explained by you. Now, question number 2, write the central idea of the poem, a photograph. I have already taught you the central idea of the poem, and also I have written it down for you. You can just memorize it and then practice it, and after that you can write it down on your notebook. It will be very helpful for your exam. Question number 3, what do you learn about the poetess's mother from the poem, a photograph? You have read the poem successfully. You have done the other question answers also. So, now according to your thought, you have to write the answer of this very question. What do you learn about the poetess's mother from the poem, a photograph? Question number 4, which incident has been captured in the snapshot? I have told you while teaching what is the meaning of the snapshot. So if you will remember, you can answer the question very carefully. Now the fifth and the last question is, who was the big girl in the poem? Very carefully. In the first stanza, I have told you who was the big girl in the poem and who were her cousin sisters. So if you have read the poem very carefully, you can answer all these questions that has been given for you for your homework, and I hope that you have successfully understood the poem very well. You can practice these questions. This will be very helpful for you in the examination also, and you can again and again memorize the poem. The poem had a very soothing effect upon us. So, in order to increase our vocabulary and the habit of speaking, children are advised to learn the poem by heart. So, I would like also to advise you that please learn the poem by heart. It will be very helpful for you. So, dear children, this is the poem A Photograph by Shirley Tolson. I have taught you. This is for today. Next time see you. Thank you.